Welcome back to News First. In our next edition of Start Me Up Mondays, PNC's Tim McHenry checks out TRX Suspension Training at the International Sports Center. Here's more.
TRX stands for Total Body Resistance Training, and boy, does the name ever live up to the expectations. So for first-time users, what's the basic idea behind TRX, specifically suspension training? TRX trainer Jaclyn Castro says to understand the value of TRX suspension training, we must first understand our core muscles, which is the main muscle group being used in the workouts.
When you train your body, engaging the core, you're more able to move in different planes of motion. So in life, we don't always move front and back. We move right and left, up and down. We twist, we bend, we contort. And so that really is the core foundation of your body, which is the core.
So what are some of the workouts one can expect while training with TRX suspension training? Well, let's check it out. The variation of possible workouts for this workout is huge. Castro says people can be creative as they want within the boundaries of proper form. Castro says TRX suspension is effective because it allows you to use your own body weight as resistance. This forces your core to be engaged during the entire workout. For example, here's the bicep curl. Or how about the blast off, the squat and row, and the high row. TRX suspension training is precise. This means that everything matters, especially your stance. Castro says you can adjust your intensity levels just by adjusting your feet. The closer your feet are together, the more stability it takes to complete your particular workout. So what is the advantage of TRX suspension training, especially over regular traditional workouts?
For starters, it's really minimizing your training time for one, because when you're using the TRX suspension trainer, your core is engaged. And so if you're doing a bicep curl, for example, your core is also engaged. If you're doing a squat, your core is also engaged because you're suspended from an anchor point. And so I think one of the huge benefits, and on top of that, is really just being able to use your own body weight and using gravity with you, not against you.
Some people, myself included, might find TRX intimidating, but Castro says it's really not. Once you take the straps and begin using them, the suspension trainer becomes your friend. Castro says the training covers anyone from people rehabbing an injury to people wanting to get into serious shape. Her classes use 2 circuits with the 3-minute rest in between.
So it's basically round 1, 10 bicep curls, 10 blast offs, 10 squat rows. Then you go back to it, now it's round 2, 8, 8, 8, 6, 6, 6, then you get a 3-minute break, then you do the same thing with these moves.
She has one last thing to say about TRX suspension training and gym training in general.
When you're training, your training actually probably starts when you step out of the gym, because you can spend an hour in the gym and you can train, but then when you leave, you blow it, right? You blow it. So I think the most important thing is really getting your training in is important, but your training when you step out of the gym, that's probably what is more important than being in the gym.
For PNC News, I'm Tim McHenry.
Wow, good job, Tim. It looked a little difficult, but you pulled through. Well, the International Sports Center offers TRX suspension training 3 times a week, first on Wednesdays and Fridays at 5:30 p.m. and Saturdays at 10 a.m. You can check out ISC's Facebook page for more information.
Yeah, that was a good job there to Tim Buff Blaws McHenry. Welcome to the Gun Show. That was good. That was looked difficult, but you did good there. TRX suspension training.